And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. And in the midst of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease, and for the overspreading of A-Bom-I-Nations, he shall make it desolate, even until the consummation, and that determined shall be poured upon the desolate, or the desolator. To desolate, you must have desolated before. For the ships of Shedom shall come against him, therefore he shall be grieved and return and have indignation against the holy covenant. So shall he do. He shall even return and have intelligence with them that forsake the holy covenant, and arm shall stand on his part, and they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, and shall take away the daily sacrifice, and they shall place the A-Bom-I-Nation that maketh desolation. To maketh desolation, you must have desolated before. The United States has desolated before.
One that is cause for great celebration. This week, not only has President Donald Trump chosen to withdraw from the disastrous Obama-Iran nuclear deal, but we are here on the eve of the momentous opening of the American Embassy in Jerusalem, a move that recognizes Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, a move greatly appreciated by the people of Israel, as evidenced on street corners everywhere we went. President Trump's pullout from the Iran deal, although suspected, became a virtual certainty when Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu proved through Israel's intelligence agency Mossad that Iran had been lying to the world when it was continuing uranium enrichment and nuclear development. Iranian documents uncovered by that same intel agency are proof positive that Iran lied. Gee, what a shock. On the day of the withdrawal from the Iran deal, bomb shelters opened up in the Golan Heights, and the Israeli army was on high alert as Israel braced for imminent attack. As we proceeded from Haifa to the Golan Heights, there were no sirens. School buses and taxis continued to run. But that night in Tiberias, we heard the unequivocal sound of rockets. And at breakfast, we found out that indeed there was an Iranian rocket offensive toward Israel from inside Syria. Israel responded with strategic precision, targeting munitions, storage warehouses, logistics, headquarters, and intel systems of Iran within its proxy Syria. Israel does what Israel needs to do. And today, Iranians are actually marching against the United States, protesting President Trump's decision to withdraw from their nuclear deal. Maybe they ought to consider protesting that the $150 billion Obama gave them in cash wasn't used to benefit them, that instead it was used to support both its nuclear development as well as its military budget, which has grown by almost 40%. Now, Obama's Iran deal, make no mistake, destroyed 70 years of bipartisan U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East. His delusional deal abandoned Israel and Egypt, the largest Arab country, and alienated the Sunni Muslims, the moderate Arab states, guaranteeing that they would face a nuclear Iran. Iran, of course, a leading state sponsor of terror, exports dangerous missiles and supports terrorist proxies and militias like Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Taliban. The idea that it seeks a successful nuclear energy program is absurd to even anyone with half a brain. And as Obama turned his back on the slaughter of Christians and ignored his own red line in the Syria sand, he allowed Russia through this vacuum to become a dominant regional player in the Middle East. Donald Trump's withdrawal from that deal was the United States standing shoulder to shoulder with our ally Israel against the rest of the world. It sent a huge signal to Iran and Shia Muslims that we stood with the more moderate Sunnis. And although Great Britain and France had joined the United States earlier in taking out Syrian weapons facility, they chose to stand with Iran against Israel and the United States. But Trump has reassured the world that his word is worth more than any former U.S. presidents like Bill Clinton, George Bush, and Barack Obama, who all promised to move the embassy to Jerusalem but didn't deliver. His word is worth more than any treaty and stronger than any UN resolution. He promised and he delivered. Trump not only sends a message to Iran, but to Russia as well, that the U.S. is back as a dominant regional player after the Obama years. He recognizes a reality that everyone else in the West willingly blinds themselves to, and that is that Jerusalem is the one and only capital of Israel. By Trump putting his imprimatur on what has been history for the last 3,000 years, and that is that Jerusalem has been the capital of one people's country or one kingdom. That people is the Jews, and that country is and was Israel. The empires that tried to destroy Israel and its capital, Jerusalem, are long gone. Yet the Jews still speak the same language and practice the same religion, which is the foundation of our Judeo Christian nation. Donald Trump sent Iranians who are the descendants of Persia a message to reflect on their own history, and that it was the king of Persia who, 1,000 years before Mohammed was even born, that said Jerusalem was the capital of the Jewish people's country. There will be no Ottoman empires or Shia nations that will destroy Jerusalem any longer. Donald Trump recognized history. He, like King Cyrus before him, fulfilled the biblical prophecy of the gods worshipped by Jews, Christians, and yes, Muslims, that Jerusalem is the eternal capital of the Jewish state, and that the Jewish people finally deserve a righteous, free, and sovereign Israel.
The atomic bomb inventing nation of desolation is in the holy place, friends. It is the United States Embassy in Jerusalem. From that day, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And from the time that the daily sacrifice be taken away, and the A-bomb inventing nation of desolation that is set up, there shall be 1,290 days. Those days have passed, friends. They were November 24th, 2021, and Russia and China signed a military cooperation agreement on that very day as it was closing. After that, blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,335 days after that. You can read that right there. But before that day comes, then I heard, then I heard one saint speaking, and another saint said unto that certain which spake, how long shall be the vision concerning the daily sacrifice and the transgression of desolation, to give both the sanctuary and the host to be trodden under foot. And he said unto me, unto 2,300 days, then shall the sanctuary be cleansed. The transgression of desolation is the sin of destruction when they break the world into pieces. So, if I was you, I would get saved. I would believe upon the name of Jesus Christ because he's the only one who's going to be able to save you from the hell that is going to fall upon this world in the form of the Sarmat Satan II nuclear missile from Russia. Read Zechariah 5, the curse of the nuclear missiles.